What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be doing a 7 on Sunday. Love Pride Month. We don't actually celebrate it in the terms of Pride in Australia, but 100% hands down we'll be celebrating with my friends, with my family, just having a blast because we love inclusive communities and just celebrating love because love is fantastic. So this 7 on Sunday is a placeholder for any LGBT content that we wanted to put out, and I want to recommend you 7 books based off the Pride flag. Now the Pride flag does only have 6 stripes, so I'm going to steal pink as a colour because I am bisexual and this is the bi flag, so I figured I'll take that, so then I'm covering both ends and we have 7 books. First colour is red, and I'm recommending Library of the Unwritten by AJ Hackwith. This does have pansexual rap in it and I absolutely adored it. This edition does not have a red spine, however this edition does, so I don't like this cover. I love this, so I'm definitely recommending it, but the red comes from the other, I think it's the UK and this is the American cover. That's my first recommendation. I fucking adore this book and I think it's great, interwoven nicely in the story. The second book also features a male-male romance. Sorry about the angle change. My second recommendation is for Orange, and that is To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. I love Becky Chambers' books. The Wayfarer series also features a lot of representation. This book in particular holds polyamorous relationships, asexual rep, trans rep, and queer characters. So there's a whole slew of representation in it and it's just a cute little novella and I highly recommend it. I love the way that Becky Chambers thinks and writes, so definitely pick this up. Next up for yellow, I've got Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. This has lesbian representation. This is following 2 black girls who are trying to navigate, one being a siren and the other not really knowing who she is, and some mysterious mystical things that are happening. It's set in one of my favorite places, which is Portland in Oregon, and yeah, it's just a really fantastic read and I need to get to the second one ASAP. So for green, I have a booktube darling and it's going to be no surprise for anyone, and that is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Our protagonist is bisexual and it plays into the story. I don't think it's a spoiler saying that Evelyn Hugo is bi, as it plays a predominant part in the story, but it doesn't come as a reveal. It's not used as a plot twist. It is just exploring her character, and yeah, this is definitely a booktube classic. I would know that a lot of people have this as either previous recommendations, but since this is like my first proper Pride recommendation video, I wanted to include this on here. I adored this. I sobbed my eyes out. It was glorious and I think it's a fantastic novel. Next up is blue, and we're going with The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. So this has lesbian and bisexual rep, I believe, and this is focusing on a female-female relationship, whereas the other 2 in the series follow female-male relationships. So yeah, I adore the Once Upon a Con series. I think they're fantastic. This is following the Prince and the Pauper story and I really enjoyed just seeing the different characters, and it just fills me with joy, and I'm mostly just a pile of gush. You don't need to relate to a book to be able to absolutely love it, but when you see yourself in it, it's just feels like coming home. So absolutely adore this. Would highly recommend the series. I know there are a few polarizing opinions on it, but I love it. Next is one of my favorites of this year, and that is You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. This is for purple, and this features a, I never remember if they're lesbian or bisexual, but I'm pretty sure it's a lesbian relationship, and as an audiobook whilst reading along was absolutely beautiful. I loved the characters in it, and seeing Liz's story as she struggles with what she wants to do, who she is, and trying to make a better life for herself, but struggling when she doesn't get a scholarship and has to figure out other ways to be able to get into the university of her dreams. So yeah, absolutely amazing story, just hit home in a wonderful kind of way, and I would highly recommend this. Like all these books. I love all of these books. And finally for pink, I'm going with Loveless by Alice Oseman. Thank God this does look pink on camera because it is a purple hue, but in comparison to this, definitely more pink. Anyway, this is Loveless by Alice Oseman, and this is following a asexual, aromantic protagonist who's always wanted love, and then whenever in a romantic situation sort of freaks out a little bit, and so this is them discovering themselves at university. And there is also a side lesbian relationship occurring, which was absolutely hilarious to watch unfold. And I think the conversations and representation in this, from what I've heard from the community, has been really positive. But again, check out Own Voices reviewers for any of these representations that I'm not a part of. Go make love with these because they're fucking amazing. So these are my little bi flag representations. And these are my Pride recommendations. I'm so mad I don't have the red edition, like it's lent out to a friend. We do actually own it, but I love all of these books and just want to share the love for them. So yeah, so these are just the books that I would highly recommend checking out if you haven't already checked them out, especially during Pride Month. Let me know in the comments, one, a book that has a red spine that's LGBT, because I feel like my shelves are lacking in that regard. I know there was a few that we were discussing, but Library of the Unwritten, just when I realized that, I was like, yeah, that's the one that I need. And two, let me know the book that you were most excited to get to during this Pride Month. And yeah, if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. And I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!